Hi, boys and girls. Yesterday, we got to read that fun story called The Gingerbread Man. Today, I promised you we were going to read a different version of that story, and we're going to. But first, grab your whiteboard. We're going to practice pushing our sounds. I'm going to give you a second to get your whiteboard and your marker. All right. Our first word that we're going to push is pot. 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 All right, what's our beginning sound? P, 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 very good, like pig. All right, our vowel, remember our vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. P, You got it, octopus, good job. Pot, t, t, t. Our ending sound is T, very good. So you should have that word pot on your board. Very good. All right, erase your board. We're going to go to our next word. Our next word is cut. Cut. All right, what's our beginning sound? Good job. Now, it could be a C or a K. You're exactly right. This time it's a C. I love how you caught that. All right, our middle sound, which is our vowel. Not O. Umbrella, U. Good job. T. Good job. Cut. There's our good. All right. Our last one is hot. Hot. Oh my gosh, I just thought of something. Pot and hot rhyme. Remember how I taught you could use a word you know to get to a word you don't know? Remember, I just have to change that beginning sound to make my new word hot from pot. What am I going to change of pot to make my word hot? My beginning sound, I'm going to change it to an H. You're exactly right. Watch. Same middle sound. Hot. Very good. Hot and pot. Let's think of another word that rhymes with hot and pot. Can anybody think of another word that rhymes with hot and pot? Caught. Good. What's another one? Sought. That's a no-nonsense word. You're right. Okay. What's another one? Taught. Yes. Those are great rhyming words. Very good. Okay. We are going to look at our next story for gingerbread, and this one's called The Gingerbread Girl. This is my favorite of all the gingerbread stories because she is a pistol and she's hilarious. Yesterday, we saw all of the characters in The Gingerbread Man. We know that there was a little old lady, a little old man, there was a cow, there was a pig, which they called a sow, there was a butcher with a knife, and there was a fox. Okay, now we're going to see if it's the same characters in this story of the gingerbread girl. You're going to like this story. You may remember the sad story of the gingerbread boy. He ran away from the lonely old woman who baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp of a sly fox, pretending to help him cross a river. This is the story of his younger, wiser sister. What does wiser mean? I know, it means smarter. A full year had passed since the little lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to the devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. Let's bake again, suggested the old man one morning. But what if the same thing happens? Cried the old woman. I couldn't bear the loss. Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies. Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away, answered the man. So they mixed up the dough, rolled it, and cut it out. They dressed it with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. She is sweet, gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. While the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood watch by the oven, they talked, remembering their ginger boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, her mind woke up and she heard everything. Sweet or not, she thought, things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked open the door to peek. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread cookie, running toward the door. The little old woman screamed, "Stop!" And the little old man came running, but the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. "Here we go," whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and woman chased after her, but she sang, "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh baked gingerbread caught their attention. "Wait!" the hungry farmer shouted and began to run after the gingerbread girl. She laughed and she called, "Hey, farmers, don't bother. Like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Further down the road, the pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him, singing, "I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. This story will not end like that of my brothers. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." On down the path, she came upon an artist, a masterpiece good enough to eat. The artist whispered and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past, laughing. "I can outrun this artist like I outran the pig. I'm one smart cookie despite this wild wig. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Further along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. "Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk." But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind. Listening to the gingerbread girl call, "Chase if you want, I'm faster than you, although you have 4 feet and I've only 2. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. The dogs barked happily, seeing a tasty treat headed their way. But as the gingerbread girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others, hearing, "You're joining the chase, the more the merrier. But no one can stop me, not hound, not terrier. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." That's a different character. Now she ran past the school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of "Cookie" were heard across the playground. The gingerbread girl waved to them, and as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she sang, "I know that it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and I'll soon have a treat. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread girl." Finally, the gingerbread girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but that same devious fox? "Hello, my pretty," crooned the fox. "I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you across the river. Just jump on my tail." The gingerbread girl shivered and then sang in nearly a whisper, "Do I have your promise for safe ride ashore? You won't drop me or eat me. That's all I implore." The fox chuckled, "I promise, my sweet little tidbit." And the gingerbread girl gingerly climbed onto the fox's tail. The instant the gingerbread girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for the fabulous feast. "Ooh, the water's so deep. Move to my back," he insisted, thinking this cute cookie was even dumber than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was an airhead. The gingerbread girl did what she was told. "That's a good little girl," the fox said with a snicker. "Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move to my head." No sooner had he spoken those words than Gingerbread Girl leaped onto his head, pulling off a strand of her own leathery licorice hair. With an expertise of a ranch hand, she triple-looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-inch knot. "You're right," she whispered in the fox's ear. "I am good." The fox snarled and struggled and strained, thrashing about, but the gingerbread girl hung on, turning him back toward the crowd. Riding the fox like a bucking bronco, the gingerbread girl whizzed past singing, he'll run with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me. I'm the gingerbread girl. The awestruck crowd followed all the way back to the lonely old woman and the lonely old man's house. The gingerbread girl rode into the kitchen, secured the fox, jumped onto the table, and she measured and mixed with a leap and a twirl, singing, I'll bake you some more. I'm the gingerbread girl. The old woman and man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy houseful to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. And what about the fox? The gingerbread girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. We'll run with a leap and a twirl. Out that's the fox. I'm the gingerbread girl. Love that story. It's so funny. She was so funny and tricked that fox. So it is different than the gingerbread man. And the gingerbread man, he gets eaten. The gingerbread girl does not. She tricked the fox, where the fox tricked the gingerbread man in the other story. That's what you're going to write about today. You're going to write about something from the story that was different from the gingerbread man. Okay? I can't wait to see your sentence. I would love for you to write 2 sentences if you can today, okay? So you could write about something different about the characters. You know, there were no dogs in the story of the gingerbread man, so you could write about something different there, and you could write about how the fox didn't eat the gingerbread girl. Make sure you upload this in your Google Slides, and I'll see you again tomorrow for a different gingerbread story.